CPI, or the Consumer Price Index, is a measure that examines the weighted average of prices of a market basket of consumer goods and services such as transportation, food and medical care purchased by households. It is a comprehensive measure calculated by taking price changes for each item in the predetermined basket of goods and averaging them. Changes in the CPI are used to assess price changes associated with the cost of living. The CPI is one of the most frequently used statistics for identifying periods of inflation or deflation. CPI is an economic indicator. It is the most widely used measure of inflation and the effectiveness of the government's economic policy. The CPI gives the government, businesses, and citizens an idea about price changes in the economy and can act as a guide in order to make informed decisions about the economy. The CPI and the components that make it up can also be used as a deflator for other economic indicators, including retail sales, hourly, weekly earnings. Additionally, it can be used to value a consumer's dollar to find its purchasing power. Generally, the dollar's purchasing power declines when the aggregate price level increases and vice versa. Inflation is measured using CPI. The percentage change in this index over a period of time gives the amount of inflation over that specific period. That is, the increase in prices of a representative basket of goods consumed. The Reserve Bank of India and other statistical agencies study CPI so as to understand the price change of various commodities and keep a tab on inflation. CPI is also a helpful pointer in understanding the real value of wages, salaries, and pensions, the purchasing power of a country's currency, and regulating prices. Economists are in charge of collecting data by surveying households on their buying patterns, most purchased items, and daily expenses. The CPI statistics cover professionals, self-employed, poor, unemployed, and retired people in the country. People not included in the reports are non-metro or rural populations, farm families, armed forces, people serving in prison, and those in mental hospitals. The CPI represents the cost of a basket of goods and services across the country on a monthly basis. Those goods and services are broken into 8 major groups: housing, apparel, transportation, education and communication, food and beverages, medical care, recreation, and other goods and services. In India, there are 4 consumer price index numbers which are calculated, and these are as follows: CPI for industrial workers, CPI for agricultural laborers, CPI for rural laborers, and CPI for urban non-manual employees. While the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation collects CPI data and compiles it, the remaining 3 are collected by the Labour Bureau in the Ministry of Labour. The CPI is calculated with reference to a base year, which is used as a benchmark. The price change pertains to that year. Remember, when you calculate the CPI, note that the price of the basket in year 1 has to be first divided by the price of the market basket of the base year. Then it is multiplied by 100. CPI is equal to cost of basket divided by cost of basket in the base year multiplied by 100. In India, the base years of the current series of CPI IW, CPI AL, and CPI RL are 1982, 1986-87, and 1984-85 respectively. It is an effective indicator of inflation and cost of living in a country.